I'm Scott Allen Miller. It's the 22nd of June, 2022, and I am filming this from Antigua Guatemala, which means we safely arrived. But today is the morning when we are traveling, and so obviously absolutely no time to record today. I grabbed little bits as we went, doing shorts wherever possible, but today was our big adventure. So we started the day. It is Wednesday. Ivonne got me up at 1:52 this morning. Our original plan was 3 o'clock and then it moved to 2:30 and now 1:52. So at 1:52, I was up and we were in motion. I had everything ready. My bags were ready, totally packed, clothes laid out. All I had to do was throw it on, throw everything in a bag and walk out the door. And she like woke me up from, she was in Sutiaba, so I was ready in like 4 minutes. She pulled up, I was already waiting outside. I didn't bring keys, just locked the door behind me, got in the taxi, and we were off to the bus station. We actually went to where the bus originated because Ivonne really wanted to get good seats on the bus, which ended up being a fruitless effort anyway. But we drove out and got there, and the guy's like, wow, you're here really early, but okay, you can get on the bus. So they put us on the bus, we got good seats, and it was actually about 45 minutes before the next person got on. So we could have made that a little bit less painful early in the morning, but we got great seats. We thought we were going to keep our luggage inside because we were the first ones on. No, it had to go up on the roof rack, which is awful. We have backpacks, like backpacking backpacks. I think bringing like hard-sided luggage would have been the smarter move for this, but we just didn't know, right? But it worked okay. So they put them up. We loaded up at Bigfoot and it was almost full, and then they went to Poco a Poco, another hostel, and loaded up, and we were completely full, or almost. I guess we had one seat left, but it was very, very busy, and we got on the road. And it was a pretty good drive. We had fog and stuff as we went through northern Nicaragua, which is always really nice. You don't get that much in Nicaragua. And went up to the Honduran border, and border control takes forever up there. The longest thing is actually the exit process from Nicaragua. So Nicaragua can take like 3 hours. It wasn't that long, but it can take up to about 3 hours to exit. It took us certainly well over an hour, and then entering Honduras is not the fastest process, so the combination is quite long. So it was about five and a half hours by the time we actually got into Honduras. The drive through Honduras, very easy, about 2.5 hours. All right, after a long morning, we got up crazy early, drove through the dark through Nicaragua, and we are now, it's like 11 o'clock, a little bit just after 11, and we are almost all of the way through Honduras. So this is Honduras. We stopped at a gas station. This is our first time that we're actually taking a break for anything. We had to go through customs and border control for Honduras, and that took several hours. It's just a long process. You have a lot of exit controls from Nicaragua and then a lot of entrance controls for Honduras, and that takes a while, but the actual trip through Honduras is quite fast, about 2.5 hours, and we're almost to the Salvadoran border. So we're gonna be heading to El Salvador here in just a few minutes, and then that's gonna be the bulk of the day as we drive through there, and then Guatemala tonight. All right, let's get back in the van. Beautiful, it just drives along the Bay of Fonseca. Got to the border there. The exit border there takes a little bit of time. And I've been to Honduras a couple times before, so this is not like seeing anything particularly new. Honduras is beautiful. I've never seen the Bay of Fonseca from that angle before, so that was cool. It is a neat drive. Several places in Honduras that are very, very easy to get to now that we don't have the COVID restrictions that we did just a week ago, right? Officially, Nicaragua dropped them today. So now being able to go to those places with our own car would be extremely easy. So we're very excited about that. All right, we are here at Salvadoran border control. So right now, this is actually the exit border with Honduras, and we just checked out and we're getting ready to go. We got the van behind us. Most everyone's in it, but not all of our people are back yet. And we just have to head into Salvadoran border and head in there. So in about 30 minutes, we're going to be into El Salvador, and then we're going to be there for the bulk of the day. It's a little over 8 hours drive time to Antigua. So almost all of that is in El Salvador, which is really cool. I'm really looking forward to this because we're going to drive the entire length of El Salvador, which is a country I've never been to. Honduras I've done a couple times, and we got a lot of new, but El Salvador is going to be really exciting, so we're heading there right now. And then when we got past the Honduran border, entering El Salvador, that is the easiest thing ever. El Salvador is just like, oh, welcome to El Salvador, right? Like, it was so fast. Didn't have to get out of the car. It was in the car. Like, everywhere else is like, get out, go through lines. It's very confusing. It's a lot of inspections. It's very intense. El Salvador is just walk up to the car, hand me all your passports, check through a list, have a good time, enjoy El Salvador. And let me tell you, so I was very much looking forward to the El Salvador drive. I did not anticipate it to be as amazing as it ended up being. I also didn't know that we were going to go along the coast, which it turns out we had to because of a reason you'll find out a little bit later, but it's all about the roads. But so we started in La Union, stopped, I did a short from La Union. And all right, we are now here in El Salvador. We stopped at a Super 7, which is the gas station chain. We have the same thing in Nicaragua. And they have pretty decent food and a really large selection of food. So we can get snacks, and you can get like roast chicken and hot dogs and hamburgers and pizza and burritos and all kinds of things. So we stopped here to get food for everybody. It is our only major stop of the day. We are heading out from here. We're in La Union, the Departamento of La Union, here in El Salvador, and so we have the entire distance of El Salvador to cross yet as we head up to Guatemala. So there's a lot of driving, about 8.5 hours yet total, most of that in El Salvador. But I'm very excited because I've never seen El Salvador before, and we're going to drive the entire length of it. So I'm going to have a really good idea of what El Salvador is like end to end, going through the middle. We should be going through, as far as I know, we're taking the Pan American Highway, so we'll go through the capital, through Santa Ana, all that kind of stuff, and on towards Ciudad de Guatemala. So this is our last break. We have one more bathroom break that we're going to take somewhere in northern El Salvador, I believe, probably before the border, because once you're over the border, you just want to get through. And that's about it. So this has been a really easy trip overall. I mean, any trip that's like 20 hours long has its challenges and is exhausting and everything, but for this kind of thing, it really is moving very smoothly. It's very affordable. The bus, which I think you can see behind me, the dark blue one there, $80 to go this entire way, and then all the border crossings are another $8. So it's about $90 for the whole thing. And there's a couple stops. You can bring food. It's very comfortable. It's really not a big deal to do at all. So we're only halfway, but this feels like a very easy way to get around in Central America. I can definitely see doing this quite a bit. There's so many cool things to come see in this region that are so accessible from Nicaragua that I think it's going to be something we use a lot. Especially, we've been concerned about a lot of this in the mountainous terrain for Dominica, and so far there's been nothing. It's pretty flat. If you see mountains, you don't really drive through them. So I'm very hopeful that this is going to work well for her and the kids as well. All right, I'm going to go rejoin everyone, get in the van, and get on our way. Then we drove down to the coast and all along the coastline. It's actually about halfway through the country that we actually got to where we could see the water. So we didn't see the water on the southern half, but we were near the coast. On the northern half, we were actually on the water for a really long way. What's amazing, I had no idea, is that the Salvadoran coast is pretty much, not completely, but mostly mountains coming down and going out into the ocean. So it actually reminds you of Italy's Amalfi Coast. It is one of the most beautiful things. They don't have the beaches. So Nicaragua is almost entirely beaches. You've got different kinds of sand. You've got white sand, brown sand, black sand, and there's miles and miles and miles of it. In every departamento in Nicaragua has all this beautiful sand beaches. El Salvador has very little sand, but has these amazing mountains everywhere. So you get that Italian vibe, which is very similar, right? And it's all these twisting roads. Oh, Dominica could never handle it, not even in a car, let alone on a bus. But it is just one rocky cove after another, and there's tunnels, and like Ivonne's never been in a tunnel before. So she's like, those tunnels are so cool. And they're very much like the Italian tunnels where they just cut through the oceanside mountains. Stunning. It was just amazing. We made it all the way past the beaches, and then night fell, and it had been dark probably for about half an hour before the rain started. We had no rain, or maybe a few sprinkles during the day, and that was it. We did our last stop for a little bit of food in El Salvador, and then it was pretty late, but we had made good time other than this really, really long drive along the coast, getting to the Guatemalan border. Guatemalan border, very easy. Coming out of El Salvador, just as easy as going in, right? Just woo, right through. Going into Guatemala, a little bit more work, but not nearly as much work as Honduras, or certainly not as much as Nicaragua. Very easy in general, but El Salvador really has this nailed. They are the good one for that in the region, and totally spoke English. They're like, oh, you came from Nicaragua? Do you speak some Spanish? I said, I speak a little in Spanish, and they're like, it's okay, we speak English. I'm like, perfect English. It was very funny. And Ivonne got to experience everyone speaking to her in English because she was traveling with me, so everyone's just like, oh, you must be American and speak English. And she's like, I have a Nicaraguan passport. Soy mica, she says. But that went really smoothly, got into Guatemala, and then we had to drive through southern Guatemala, which took a really long time. We knew this from Instagram. There are pictures of the highway, the Pan American between Guatemala City and Antigua is gone. Like a huge section of it is destroyed. We had mudslides and sinkholes in a very big storm recently. And so we had known some of this, but we didn't know how much it was going to affect us. The road is completely out. So we had to drive way around, and that cost us about an extra 3 hours. So by the time we arrived at this hotel, the Posado Casa Santorini, here right in the middle of Antigua, I highly recommend the place. It's a full hotel, not a hostel, but very affordable, and the staff is fantastic. Like, everybody's really, really nice. And I'll do a quick turnaround. I'm going to show it more at other times, but I'll try to show some of it now, and I'll try to get out of the sun glare. And we can walk to everything downtown from here, so this is really nice. But so we got here at about just about midnight, and so by the time we were all said and done, from the time that we got up in the morning until we got here, it was a little bit less than 23 hours. So the drive time was more like 22 on the bus, but long. But overall, the bus was comfortable. It's a Toyota Hiace. Our driver, Juan Carlos, was fantastic. We had 3 Brits on the bus with us, the 2 of us, and then 6 Israelis, and most of them were very young. Ivonne was old at 28, and I'm definitely, she's like, you're the grandpa of this group. But it was a relatively comfortable drive. I mean, obviously there's no way to do a 22-hour van ride without it being uncomfortable, right? But beyond just the obvious, like lots of bathroom stops, lots of places to grab food, kept it moving, none of this like big stalls for no reason. The drive was good. People get tetchy in the bus, like that's gonna happen. Overall, it was a very good experience. It's $80. It leaves from its main loading spot is Bigfoot Hostel in Leon, and it's supposed to take 18.5 hours. Clearly with the road out, it's going to take longer, but it was not unreasonable. And we knew when we were leaving that people had said from the day before that it had taken 22 hours, so same for us. And you have to have, $80 is the bus price. You need to have cash, and this is all US, for the boarders. And the boarders added up come to $8 currently. It's $3 for Nicaragua to exit. It is $3, I believe, to enter Honduras, and I think $2 to enter Guatemala, and I think Salvador is free. I'm not sure, but it was 3, 3, and 2 is what it ended up costing at the different borders. And I know Nicaragua has an exit fee, but you just give the money to the driver and he takes care of it. And he was even able to make change, but it'd be really nice if you had exact change, of course. But so that's really easy, $80 and $8 currently, and it gets you all the way here into Antigua. There's also a stop in El Tunco, and he takes you to your hotel. It's not like they just drop you off in the middle of town. They actually took us right to the front. We were able to walk right in. It was incredibly reasonable, and I would absolutely do it again. I enjoyed a lot of the drive. The scenery is fantastic. It's worth looking out the window. And we're doing the bus back in a week. So when we go back, we'll have the same experience again and be able to talk about how that went. So we'll have more. Most people only do it one way, so we'll automatically have a bit more experience. But the whole thing was great. It's a really good way to get up here. If you were to take it to El Salvador and stop there, that would qualify as incredibly comfortable. It was really at that point that you started being like, I've been in the bus for a long time. I'm looking at these beautiful beaches and wishing that's where I was. The last drive in the dark, which goes from, it's like, I think you would get to El Tunco around 5 o'clock, 5:30, and then you get here between 11 and midnight. That's a big gap in difference, right? If you're getting there at 5 o'clock and you're able to get off the bus and be like, yes, beautiful dinner at a beach resort or, oceanfront view, like, fantastic. Coming here, you're like, I just want to fall into bed. I hope nothing goes wrong with my hotel. And yeah, so first day of travel went, really as smoothly as you could possibly have a bus drive of that far go. I recommend it. It's a great way to go. And this is going to be a really, really exciting week. We have so much going on and some new surprises that we'll be able to announce soon. We're going to be in Antigua for the next 2 days. And then we're heading off to Guatemala City. I don't know, I'm really hopeful I'm going to be able to get these videos uploaded, but I have been making shorts. I've already got several of those up. Hopefully you guys will have seen many shorts by the time you see this. And we're excited about the stay. Antigua, don't look for too much. That's not where we're looking to film, and we know we're not going to have time to do very much there. And we're going to see mostly in other places, but looking forward to that. I will see all of you tomorrow.